my January favourites. It's basically what I've been reading and what I've been up to the past sort of month. It's mainly what I've been reading, but yeah. I'll start with what I haven't been reading. What I've been watching is Red Tails. I love this movie so much. In fact, I love it more than Top Gun, and I know I didn't watch Top Gun for all those years, but if you know me, you know I love Top Gun. But yeah, the outer case I can't do, it hurts my eyes. This is the inner case and that's the outer case. Red Tails is really good. I actually got this for Christmas, but I have watched it about 400 times since I got it at Christmas. If you've not watched Red Tails, I recommend it. A lot of people say that they're a bit gutted about the fact that it's not very accurate to the history of Red Tails, but as silly as this sounds and as interested in aviation as I am, I actually don't really know the history of Red Tails. That's probably really bad coming from me, but yeah, I'm a Cold War kind of girl, so yeah, it's a good film. I really recommend watching it if you already haven't. Another thing is what I have been reading these past sort of 4 weeks or so. Yeah, there was a thread on the Twitter VForce forum about VForce literature, and I posted a thread about what books I read, and I don't read that much. I read magazines, I don't read books that much. 2 books I have read about VForce or VForce related, and to be honest, I don't read that much, so I posted what I read and what I have read, and these are my 2 books. These are the ones I was telling you about on the forum if you read my post. This one is everything Royal Air Force. This one is just Vulcan. But yeah, I'll start talking about Vulcan first because this is the one I wrote about first. This one's basically just everything Vulcan. It tells you about the genesis of the Vulcans, how they were brought about, the design, all of that sort of stuff. It tells you about the mini deltas, which were the 707s, and there's only 3 of those in museums, which I believe is Cosford, the Museum of Science and Industry, and I can't remember the last one, but there's a link to a blog post by Rod somewhere. And then it just carries on basically about which were the first to go, which were the tankers, and then they thought that was it, and then the survivors, and then it goes on about the exports, the poor ones that got shipped off to America and Canada, and Australia, I think there's one in Australia, and then there's a massive section about 558, and then the last sort of few pages are all technical data. This sort of stuff, which I love looking at. I think you can see, I hope you can. And this, like the cutaways, which are really cool. So yeah, that's the first book. The second book I read, or have read, I constantly go back to, is the Royal Air Force Memorabilia Collection. It's really cool because it tells you a bit about almost every aircraft the Royal Air Force have used, and I got this for Christmas again, but I started reading it in January. You get all these little like posters and things, but if you've seen my walls you'd probably see all my old-fashioned sort of cutleys and posters and things, and they're really cute and I'm going to put them on my wall at some point. But yeah, the white paper and white bombers section is quite good. It tells you quite a lot about Cold War aircraft and especially the V-Force, and there's a lovely picture of a Victor, and I got onto the section called the 60s and 70s, and I believe it's chapter 8, and then I came across this and realised, oh wait, there's a massive section on all my favourite planes, including this lovely picture of which I believe is actually 558. You can just make out the serial code, and I think it is 558. If you can find this book, I definitely recommend buying it, because even if it's just the V-Force bits you're after, it's quite a good read. But yeah, both of the books I talked about, this one and this one, they are both $12.99. But I was with my sister when she bought me this one for Christmas, and I believe it was £5. But don't go on that because I'm not sure, it could have just been on sale for Christmas. Well, we sell this at work, but I can't remember how much it is. For this one especially, I think I got this in works possibly, and it was quite cheap, but yeah, just keep your eye out for these things. If not, Amazon's probably got quite a good deal on them. On to more reading. I read aviation magazines religiously. It started off just reading Flypast religiously, and I read that every month when it comes out. But this one is the latest issue. It's my favourite so far. It is so awesome. Out of all the ones I've read, this one's definitely my favourite because it's got the Vulcan, it's got lots of lightnings, P40s, everything. It's just really good. And picture in the back. Oh, if you know me, you know my love for lightning. I screamed when I got to this page. But yeah, out of them all, it's definitely one of the best ones. It's got quite a lot of Cold War in it, and it's a bit of everything. A few Buccaneers too, and I quite like Buccaneers. So, but yeah, I think everyone loves Flypast, to be honest. Been reading Air Force's Monthly a lot recently because as scared as I am of the stealth fighters, I still want to know what they're doing with them, whether they're going to bring them into the RAF service or what. And it's not just the RAF, I think they're going into the Army Air Corps as well, and I just want to read up on it, to be honest. And not only that, it gives you a little bit of information on what every single Air Force is doing in the world. It's just a nice read, actually. But yeah, I just started following them on Twitter, and I think the news Twitter, so you should go follow them. Finally, my last read. I've never actually read this before, but last week I was still a bit poorly, so my sister brought me lots of things home to cheer me up, including this, and it's Aeroplane. I'd never read it before, and it's not my favourite, but it is quite a nice little read, especially when you need a fix and you've got nothing else to give you that fix. Flypast is £4.25, worth every penny, if not more. Air Force's Monthly is £4.50, and Aeroplane is £4.25. Yeah, I think they're all worth the money, especially Flypast because it's my favourite. So that was my January favourites and thank you video.